Iniba, and welcome back to Halo Halo, the show that aims to spotlight our very own talent, and also the show where I always stress the importance of sharing our story, and that's exactly what our guest is here to do. Miss Leena Pendharkar is a filmmaker who has a huge project coming up called Dandekar Makes a Sandwich. That's actually on Indiegogo right now, right?
Indiegogo,
yes.
yep.
Indiegogo.
Yep.
First, congratulations, because it's already reached your goal of 8,000 for the short film.
Yeah,
but tell me a little bit more about the film and how, or what inspired you to write this film?
Yeah, the short film itself is based on a feature screenplay that I had written a few years ago, and the feature is called Days with Dandekar, and it's basically about an aging South Asian man who is retired, his daughter is gone, his wife is very busy, and he's trying to kind of
fill his time.
Yeah, define the final chapter of his life, and he spends a lot of it wandering around suburban America and doing mundane sort of tasks.
Right.
Like making sandwiches and getting groceries and doing laundry. And, so the feature is something that we're getting off the ground, but we thought in the meantime we would make a short film that's kind of a chapter out of his life. And he basically goes into the grocery store and is very picky and wants all kinds of free things to make his sandwich. And he discovers an unlikely connection with the person behind the counter. And yeah, so it's really about an elderly man, not elderly, but older man, kind of searching for a connection and looking outside of himself for that. So,
I guess a connection with the rest of the world, or just with somebody because he doesn't know how to fill his time.
Yeah, with somebody, with anybody.
With somebody.
Yeah. It's like once he's had this job for 20 years, and once it's over, he doesn't really know what to do.
What's next?
Yeah,
I think a lot of people face that, actually.
Yeah, and that's really what it's inspired by, is people I know who are now retiring. You know, my parents, for example. You know, my mom has always been involved in art making, so she has something that's very clear that she does with her time. Whereas my father, who, you know, was very much lived the American dream, came here and worked hard, had a job, you know, put my sister and I through school, and then once all that is done, it's like, well, now what?
What do I like to do?
Yeah.
Speaking of your father, I hear that part of the story was inspired by your father because he liked to make sandwiches.
Yeah, and his sandwiches are crazy. They're like very Indian with, you know, 10 layers of like cheese, and like he goes to the store and buys habanero peppers.
Oh my God.
and makes like habanero peppers and cilantro chutney sandwiches that basically, I don't really think anyone can eat those sandwiches except him. So.
I'm hungry right now. So did you already write the script, or are you in the process of writing it?
No, I've written both the short script and then the feature too. So we're actually shooting the short at the end of the month.
Okay.
So,
and then I mentioned the Indiegogo campaign for 15,000. That's actually to make the feature film and also to hire a director. Oh, sorry, the casting director.
The casting director, yes. So the way it works is with the short, we reached our goal of 7,000, but we decided to do a stretch goal, which means that it's kind of like a little more money to carry the project forward even more. And what we need is now, for the feature film, we'll probably try to raise a budget of about $300,000. So to make that film, what we want to do is bring on a casting director so she can bring in some named actors to the feature, and then we bring it out to investors. That's typically the way that it's done.
And this isn't your first film. I mean, you're actually a filmmaker and just finished or promoted Raspberry Magic.
Yeah, it's been a couple years, but yeah, we made a feature film called Raspberry Magic.
Studies have shown that physical contact can benefit people in so many ways. I asked myself, is it the same for plants? I hypothesized that yes, human touch could accelerate the growth of raspberries.
How about the berries? Any flowers yet?
I'm confident they'll grow.
So, what happened with your science project? Learn all you can from your mistakes. It's the only way that dreams will happen. You fail, and you fail, and you finally succeed.
What got you started in film?
You know, I've always really loved stories and storytelling. I was always involved in writing when I was young, even in high school and middle school. And as you know, and then when I was younger, I was very involved in dance and performance art. I loved all of those things. And as I got older, I got a graduate degree in documentary filmmaking, actually.
Oh.
You know, I was always very socially conscious and thought I wanted to tell those kinds of stories, but I found myself kind of gravitating more towards fiction. But I really love stories about real people. I love stories about human lives and things that...
I could tell. I saw the trailer for Raspberry Magic. I was like, oh, it's such a feel-good type of movie, you know. And I read somewhere that you like to take ordinary events and then find the beauty in that.
yeah. I really like films about real people and humor, with a little bit of humor to them too.
We can tell just from the short clip that I saw of Pendharkar Makes a Sandwich. Now, tell me a little bit about the leading actor that's going to be a part of that film.
He's great. His name is Brian George, and he's one of these guys who just is all over television. He's iconic because he was in a show called Seinfeld, of course, and he played Babu Bhatt, who was this Pakistani restaurateur. Very funny, and a bit actor who's on all kinds of other shows now. Like Once Upon a Time and Wonderland and all kinds of stuff. But I don't think, I think sometimes ethnic actors in Hollywood, they don't always get the opportunity to play the lead.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And so, unfortunately. And so, we just thought he's really funny and interesting and unusual. Kind of want someone who doesn't mind being a little strange.
A little quirky.
So,
quirky is good.
Yeah, definitely. So, we reached out to him and he was really excited about it. So we're thrilled to have him.
You've got a great group of people for the film. Now, for us, how can we help? Where do we go?
Yeah, if you're interested in contributing still, you can go to Indiegogo/Dandekar, or just go to our website, Days with Dandekar, and you can contribute. And it's spelled Dandekar.
Thank you so much, Leena. It's been a pleasure, and thank you for sharing your story.
Yeah, so thank you so much for having me.
No problem. Again, for more information on the film Pendharkar Makes a Sandwich, the information is on your screen. Make sure to check it out. Time for a quick break, but we have more entertainment news when we return.